All right, good morning, everyone. It is Friday, June the 20th. I hope everyone had a impactful Juneteenth or restful Juneteenth. This is the meeting of the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations, our public session. Our acting executive director, Randy Duque, is out today, so I will go ahead and do the welcome from the executive director and as chair of the commission. So the first item on the agenda is the approval of the May 2025 minutes. Is there a motion to approve? I see Commissioner Ho and Commissioner Tibbs as a second. All in favor? Great, thank you. The next item on the agenda is the June 2025 cases that have been investigated by staff and are recommended for closing. I will go ahead and read the cases in detail and then ask for any recusals or abstentions. But prior to reading the cases, are there any members of the public in the waiting room? If so, feel free to let them in.
No, there's no one waiting.
Thank you. So the cases recommended for closing for the month of June are Joseph Crouch versus the City of Philadelphia. Case number 2, Alicia L. Johnson versus Apple One Employment Services. Case number 3, Samantha Butler versus Penske Truck Leasing. Case number 4, Charlotte L. Williams versus SP Plus Corporation. Case number 5, Jana S. Bird Pearson versus Allied Universal. Case number 6, Jolene Johnville versus LULAC, National Educational Services Center, Inc. Case number 7, Alethea Taylor versus Packaging Coordinators, Inc. and PCI Pharma Services. Case number 8, Kimberly N. Dudley versus Penn Neurology, Pennsylvania Hospital. Case number 9, Natisha Smith versus Liberty Center for Rehabilitation and Nursing. Case number 10, Marion Copperwaite versus Domino Lane Partners. Case number 11, Barbara Watson versus Gloria Hudson. Case number 12, Fatima Abdul Johnson versus Staples. Case number 13, Booker T. Wilson versus Allied Security Services, Inc. Case number 14, Brian Martin versus Go Brands, Inc., DBA Go Puff. Before I ask for recusals or abstentions, I just want to confirm case number 11, Barbara Watson versus Gloria Hudson. That seems to be against two individuals. Is that case accurately titled? Yes.
Yes, it
Okay.
is. Thank you for inquiring. It is.
Thank you. Are there any recusals or abstentions from the cases? Seeing none, I will ask for a motion to accept the June cases. Commissioner Alpert, is there a second? Commissioner Tibbs, all in favor? Any opposed? Great, thank you. We will not have an executive director's report for this public session, but I will like to take we will have an executive director's report for this
Yeah, I
public
did drop
session. All
I
right.
dropped a message in the chat.
I'm sorry.
I
All right.
apologize for any confusion I've caused.
None
but
at
I'd
all.
like to jump right into that. If I'm able to.
Absolutely.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
The
You're welcome.
executive director monthly report for June 2025 is as follows. Legislation. Bill 250373 to amend the Fair Chance Hiring Ordinance, which the PCHR enforces, was held up for the summer so that Councilmember Landau, who introduced the bill, can continue to work with the Parker administration to ensure that the bill addresses all stakeholders' concerns. With regard to compliance, the compliance team secured the dollar amount of $67,500 for one case with 2 private settlements for undisclosed dollar amounts. With regard to prevention and education highlights, on May 29th, Human Relations Representative Shanice Drinks conducted a conflict resolution training at the Spring Garden School. On June 4th, Acting Executive Director Randy Duque conducted an overview of prevention and response networks against hate and extremism in Philadelphia at the Strong Cities Network Mid-Atlantic convening that brought together government officials and civil rights organization leaders. On June 6th, the PCHR kicked off the second PCHR Youth Ambassador Program. The program is a collaboration between the youth conflict specialists of Temple University and PhillyCAM to train YSC participants in civil rights, bias awareness, standing up to hate, and media literacy in order to create effective peer messages related to those topics. Of note, conflict response, Acting Executive Director Randy Duque was on site on June 14th to monitor the protest activity in Center City to help ensure the people's right to protest was not infringed upon. In the month of May 2025, there were 10 incidents of hate reported to PCHR, of which 8 were confirmed acts of hate and 2 were unconfirmed. Here are details of the confirmed acts of hate. An anti-Semitic statement. A video goes viral of patrons' bottle service order with a sign reading F the Jews at a bar in Center City. LGBTQ anti-gay statement and assault. An intoxicated patron at a bar in Rittenhouse told a person trying to intervene on behalf of the bartender who was being intimidated to go back to the neighborhood before assaulting the person. An anti-immigrant threat. A resident in the Ronhurst pointed a gun at his neighbor, saying that he hates them because of their language and that they do not belong there. Anti-government graffiti. A statue in Clark Park was vandalized with anti-government statements. A racist AAPI hate assault. A group of juveniles threw an unknown sticky substance on an Asian male in West Philly while yelling "Ching Chang" at him. Racist AAPI hate, harassment, and threat. Women with pointed object threatened to stab several people along the Schuylkill River, stating that she hates Asian N-words. Racist anti-white statements and assault. Female repeatedly pointed out a woman's race after a fender bender in Alney before assaulting her when she pointed out the smell of alcohol coming from the female. Anti-Semitic note. Woman working at the Navy Yard found a note with a swastika written on it under her desk. From January 1st through May 31st, 2025, there were 47 incidents of hate reported to PCHR, which 38 were confirmed acts of hate, 7 were unconfirmed, and 2 were not hate-related. The next executive session is scheduled for July 11th, 2025, and the public session will be held on July 18th, 2025. I'll pass it back over to Chairperson Thomas.
Thank you, Pamela. And the executive director's report was read by our Deputy Director of Compliance, Pamela Gwaltney. Before we adjourn, just a few announcements. So based off of the executive director's report, I do want to call out publicly to the commission and the commission staff that advocacy does work. As you heard in the executive director's report, the bill that impacts the PCHR has been tabled through the summer to continue conversation. And so even when advocacy doesn't feel good, it does work. And so continue to be an advocate on behalf of the residents of Philadelphia and our commission. The second thing, I was not at the executive session last week, so I'm unsure if it was announced that the mayor has appointed a new commissioner who will join us in the month of July, and that will be Commissioner Ajoa Abuakwa. Please correct me, anyone, if I pronounce the name incorrectly, but we're hoping that they will join in July. And last but certainly not least, this is the last session as commissioner that Donald Tibbs will be joining us. Commissioner Tibbs is resigning from the commission effective today, as he is being appointed as the Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at the Drexel University School of Law. And I wanted to take the moment to say, one, congratulations, but more importantly, thank you for your time serving on this commission, your leadership, your even kill personality, and just your passion and advocacy on behalf of the residents of the city of Philadelphia. So thank you, sir, and we're all excited to watch you in your next journey. I'll turn over to Commissioner Tibbs, and then if there's any staff or commissioners that want to share remarks, please feel free to do so.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas, for your very kind words. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. As I said during the executive session, I will miss you all, but I'm still here, I'm still present, and I'm still willing to be an advocate for all things that are good and justice and equality here in the city of Philadelphia and abroad. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm local, I'm present, and continue to do the good work that you're doing on this commission.
Are there any commissioners or staff members that like to share any remarks?
We will miss you and wish you luck in your new position.
From Compliance Unit, we want to thank you for your time and attention, your thoroughness in reading our work, and sitting in on panels as needed. It's greatly appreciated. We will miss you, but we wish you all the best in this next phase of your life and your profession.
Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners and members of the PCHR. You know, I'm not one to gossip, but this is the commission and the place to be. The commission, in my recent memory, has produced a city council member, an elected judge, and now, like, wow, the associate dean of academic affairs at Drexel School of Law. So if you are watching this video, I'm not one to gossip, but this is the place to be and where it happens. And we're all incredibly proud of the work that we do. But more importantly, the work that our team continues to do today and tomorrow. So as Pamela mentioned, the public and executive dates in July, we do have those. And so if there are no further comments or questions, I would like to motion for adjournment. Is there a motion? Commissioner Alpert, and I see Commissioner Hamilton as a second. All in favor? All right, everyone. It's been a great Friday. Commissioner Tibbs, congrats to you again. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.
Everyone.